Hello, and welcome to Userful's webinar on video walls for digital signage. Here at Userful, we make video walls cost-effective, simple, flexible, and powerful. And over the next 15 minutes or so, I'm going to show you how we do that. First off, people often ask, why are video walls suddenly so popular? Video walls are popping up everywhere. And part of the reason, of course, is that with digital signage booming, more and more people are wanting to stand out from the crowd. And a simple 55 or 60-inch screen is no longer enough to command the attention that it might have a few years ago. So today, people are synchronizing multiple screens, putting them together into either grid video walls or artistic video walls. Go big or go home is the thinking behind digital signage today. Here at Userful, we turn a standard PC into a high-end video wall processor or video wall controller. Userful is software that installs on an off-the-shelf PC, and you can find exact makes and models of our certified PCs on our support site, support.userful.com. And with that single PC, we do amazing things with synchronized displays over the network. A single PC can support 100 or more screens, up to 8K source content, and 30 or 60 frames a second. We support screen rotation for non-standard artistic layouts, a mosaic style or architectural style video wall, or of course standard grid video walls. And that one PC can actually support more than one video wall at the same time, or a video wall plus individual standalone displays. We support multiple zones within a video wall, multi-source video walls, and support interactivity options as well. We're going to be showing you about how these work as we go through this webinar. We have an API for advanced customization, and the great news is, I mentioned that we're cost effective. Part of that is by using a standard off-the-shelf PC, and you can get started with Userful with a PC that's as low as $500–600. This slide is a great way to understand how Userful works. You can see the PC at the center. On the left, there's an install DVD. You install an image on Userful. Userful isn't an application that sits on Windows. Userful is a complete solution. It installs on bare metal, turns your PC into a video wall controller or a video wall processor. We often refer to that PC as an appliance. Just like your fridge or your stove, it does one thing and does it well. It's built to display content over the network. And it connects to those displays through a standard Ethernet switch. It needs to be a gigabit switch, although in some cases with larger deployments or larger content, you may need a 10 gig uplink on that switch and then a 10 gig NIC on the PC itself. But for almost all our deployments, a standard Ethernet switch that operates at gigabit capacity is enough. Each of the displays has a zero client on the back of it. This zero client receiver is about the size of a deck of cards. Let me flash over to the next screen and you can kind of see what they look like. They have HDMI output that connects to the displays and then connects back to the PC through an Ethernet cable. These zero clients, they have no moving parts. There's no processor, there's no hard drive, there's no memory. They're really like network addressable video cards. They receive pixels and push them out to the screens themselves. All of the heavy lifting, all of the synchronizing, all the content rendering, that's done on the PC itself. And this is one of the things that makes Userful so efficient. On the right-hand side of the screen, you can see the Userful Control Center in a tablet and also accessed on a phone there. I'm going to be showing you how that works in detail in a moment, but that's how you manage the entire solution. It's managed through the browser, the setup, configuration, and management of the video wall. And then below on the bottom of the screen, you can see all the various content options. There's just about no source you can't put on a Userful video wall, from live real-time content captured through HDMI or over the network to content stored on the hard drive, or a content management system, either one integrated into the Userful system or one external to the Userful system. Again, I'll show you more about how that works in a moment. Userful can do 100 or more screens on a single video wall. You can see this image to suggest how very large you can get. If your project larger than 100 screens, get in touch with us about that too, as we can do actually more than 100 screens. You can rotate individual screens at 360 degrees, or you can rotate the entire video wall at 360 degrees. We support a mix of display types and sizes. You'll note this image here has both 1:1 displays as 16 and 16:9 displays, so you can mix and match like that as well. You can also place the displays anywhere on the canvas, ad hoc display placement, which means you can have gaps between displays and you can have them offset in unique ways. And again, all the configuration of this is done through the browser. And I'll show you how we do that in a moment. Another cool feature I want to mention is the source switcher, which allows you to switch sources. Admins preset the sources they want available on the video wall, and then non-admin staff can use a phone or tablet to change the content on the fly. A great use case is a receptionist who's going to be empowered to change the content on the video wall based on what's happening in the office during the day. Another idea is use with sales teams, where you're taking a video wall and empowering the sales team to interact with it and show videos that might be of interest to a certain customer. So I'm turning a video wall from a marketing tool into a sales tool. Let me show you a video of how this works. Here you can see holding a phone which has various preset options on it, and by touching on those preset options you're able to change the content that's on the video wall, and it's all done in real time. Push on the phone and then the content changes. So that's how the preset switcher works. Hop back to the slides and let me show you another feature, the interactive viewer. This allows someone, not necessarily an administrator, but to interact with the video wall in real time from a desktop, a tablet, a phone even. They're essentially able to take over the control of the keyboard and mouse of the video wall. So this is for interactive options like a full screen browser. And you can see the use case here is a digital signage one, where a salesperson's able to interact with the video wall and walk a customer through a car configurator in real time on the video wall itself. So for an idea of how that works, it's essentially allowing you from a phone or a tablet to control the keyboard and mouse of the video wall. So here you can see we've got two screens showing. One is the operator screen, and the other is on the video wall, and you can see the operator is basically controlling the mouse and keyboard of that video wall. You can have as many tabs open as you want, so if you've got two halves to the video wall as we do here, you can just toggle back and forth and control the keyboard and mouse of both sides of the video wall. So that's the interactive viewer, great tool for any interactive requirements that you may have. Here's another advanced control feature, the preset switcher. This allows you to preset various content and layout options on the video wall. We're going to talk about zones in a moment, but zones allow you to display different pieces of content on different areas within the video wall. They can be whole displays, or they can be multi-window, so dividing a single display up into smaller pieces. And then the preset switcher allows you to preset those configurations, both content and zone layouts, and then change them on the fly. And so you preset various layouts, name them, and then a non-admin user can invoke those presets in order to change not just the content, but also the zones and the layout of the video wall as well. And again, I've got a little video to show you on that as well. So let me click here, and you can see we've got three different configurations. One is a 6x6 video wall. The other is four different video walls, zones within the video wall, and we're just seeing that switch over now. So now we've gone from one image across the entire video wall to four different videos playing. And now we're moving to 9 zones, each of which will be 2 by 2, and you can see the switchover is taking place now. You'll notice that there's the briefest freeze on the displays as this happens. Through our API, if you need a truly seamless switch, we can do that as well, and that's done by pre-launching the content that's going to replace what's up on the screen. And so instead of having that little lag and a moment frozen on each screen, you can have that change be entirely seamless. And that, as I said, is done through our API. It's worth mentioning a few things about the API. The Userful REST API is very simple for programmers to use, and it provides a platform for any one of a number of tools. So you can pull in the Internet of Things, you can pull in different applications, you can use triggers such as presence detection, customer interactivity points, etc., etc. Lots of great ways our API can be used. And if you want to know more about the Userful API, come to our website. Complete documentation is available there. As I said from the start, all of this is managed through a browser. And let's take a moment to look at the Userful Control Center, and I'll show you how all of that works. This is the Userful Control Center. You can see at the center of the screen we've got all of the displays. Each of them have numbers. Some of them are already configured into a video wall. To the left of those, we have the content sources, and you can see those named. And then to the left of that, there are the settings options. I'm in mapping right now, which is really the beating heart of the control center. Let me show you how you configure and set up a video wall. Click on Calibrate Video Wall. And this is the tool that allows you to line up your video wall and set it up when you're first deploying. You can add rows and columns, as you see here. You can also rotate clockwise. You can zoom in and out. You can adjust the spacing. This tool allows you to do that, and you can see through here I can adjust the vertical padding to allow for bezel correction. There's a color calibration tool built in as well. If I step back over to layout, I can switch to artistic mode, and this unlocks the ability to rotate displays to any degree, 360 degrees. You can also specify numerically the angle of rotation, and you can also specify, you can override the EDID's report of the size of the display. You can also specify its position on the XY axis and a numeric value as well. You can see how it identifies the resolution of that display. So you can drag and drop displays, and you can see the canvas size adjust as you do so. You can have overlap of displays as well. So as you can see, this gives a great deal of flexibility in terms of designing a unique, one-of-a-kind, eye-catching video wall. I'm going to click OK. Now you can see that's changed a little bit there. The next thing I wanted to show you is how you turn a video wall into different zones. So now I've got this again. I've got different zones on the video wall, and you can see the different zones as I run through them here. They're each showing the display that's available in that zone. So I've got a 3-screen video wall with different zones available, and those zones, if they're not in use, appear up here at the top, and I can then drag and drop those zones down to play different content. I'll put that down here. So now you can see I've got one video wall with all 3 displays down here. That's zone 0. Then I've got zone 1, 2, and 3. Each of which has just one display. So I can stop that video while playing and then play these other 3 as well. Now, I can make all the changes I want and then apply them immediately, or I can create presets. To create presets, I'm going to have to go and unlock a few new features here. I'm just going to do that. Now when I go back to mapping, you'll see I've got the option to apply and save as a preset. So I'm going to do that now. I'm going to call it preset 1. And that is not just the zones I've played on those 3 screens. That's all of the other displays connected to this PC. You can see there's 20-some different displays. That larger video wall, which I made into a bit of a jumble in terms of an artistic layout, and these individual standalone displays. Now I can move those to different content sources, right? You can see the content sources on the left. And I can change what's playing and what's not playing. You can pause a video wall or you can play a video wall. Same thing you can do with any different zone on a video wall or an individual display. And once I've made those changes, I'm now going to make that change to the content that artistic video wall is playing. I can again save it as a preset, apply and save as a preset. I'm going to call this one preset 2. So now I can empower a non-admin user to take advantage of those presets, and with a touch of a button on on a phone with a mouse, on a desktop, that person can change the entire layout of all of the displays, zones, and video walls connected to that one PC. So that's the power of the preset switcher. That's what I just showed you a video of recently. That allows you to set up different zones and play different pieces of content, pause those zones, play them as you need to, and have all of your options pre-configured and easily called upon. Let me talk for a minute about content. I often talk about content in 3 kind of buckets. One is real-time content, one is managed content, one is interactive content. Real-time content includes SDI and HDMI capture. We support a variety of Blackmagic capture cards at 1080p and 4K. You can get up to 8 1080p streams simultaneously on one capture card, and we can support multiple capture cards, so you've got a lot of options. It also includes RTP and RTSP streams of content over the network. That's real-time content. The next is managed content. So that includes content put on the hard drive. That's always going to be the highest performing content for Userful. We can support up to 8K content, up to 60 frames a second, and that's content played from the hard drive. We can also play content from a content management system, cloud-based solutions. We support a variety of CMSs. You can find them on our website, support.userful.com. And those use the Userful PC as their player. You can use any CMS you want and have an external player and have that content captured through HDMI or SDI capture. We also support real-time content, so that's a full-screen browser or a desktop, allowing for interactivity. So there's just about nothing you can't put on a Userful video wall, and it's really easy to do. I just click on New Source, and I'm going to call this Video, and I'm just going to choose a video off the hard drive, or a series of videos perhaps off the hard drive. And so here's my playlist. I'm going to add files from the hard drive, and we can just have those play in a loop. You can put still images on and choose the interval between each still image. And of course, it's got a series of scaling options. This is if the aspect ratio of the content and the aspect ratio of the video wall don't match, how to deal with that. Whether zoom full screen, scale to fit, or stretch to full screen. So now I've got video down there, and I can drag and drop content to it like that. So you can see how simple that is. Now I can either apply that now immediately, or I can save it as a preset for future use. A couple other things I wanted to show you here. One is mirror mode. This allows you to link up video walls and standalone displays as a, oops, didn't land that right, to play the same content at the same time. Turn mirror group on, name it 1. You choose the display that it's called the control display. Now click OK. Now all of those displays and video walls will show the same content at the same time. It doesn't matter if one's a display and one's a video wall, it will still show the same content. And I can show you how that works here. Just back up in this video a little bit. And you can see there, this artistic video wall and these two displays are showing the same content perfectly in sync. So that's called mirror mode. Get back to the control center, show you a couple of other things. Another important feature available under settings is the ability to set up a power management options. You can see some of them under here. You can also set up a failover group, and that allows you to have 2 PCs or more set up so that one can support the other should the primary PC have a hardware failure. So the 0 clients then would be inherited by the second PC. That's important in many digital signage applications where downtime isn't an option. Many other things you can do here under settings. Also wanted to highlight the support portion where you can investigate, troubleshoot any issues, and of course contact support as well. Now, the Userful Control Center demo is available on our website. So if you want to get to know Userful better and play around with the Control Center, you can come to our website and click on a link for a live test drive. And through that, you can play around with the Userful Control Center online and get to know it and see exactly how it works. Another great feature from Userful is Userful Cloud. It allows you to manage and control your deployments across multiple sites through the cloud. This slide illustrates this very nicely, where you can see we've got the cloud at the top, and there are PCs around the world which are calling back through their firewall to the cloud. And then there's administrators, one on either side, who are remotely interacting with those deployments. They can be uploading content to their various deployments. They can be setting schedules for preset changes for those deployments, or they can be interacting with those deployments. Any of the above. This is a very powerful tool that gives you real-time control through the cloud of multi-site deployments. And I'll show you a bit more about how that works. One thing I wanted to emphasize is that this is an option. It's not required, and our solutions do work entirely without cloud access. If you've got a deployment that doesn't have access to the internet, that won't prevent it from using any of the features in terms of preset switch or interactive viewer, those sort of interactivity features. But they are also available through the cloud. Let me show you a bit more about how that works. Here you can see I've chosen just one PC. I can either look at groups of PCs, and I can see all those that are online. I can select multiple PCs and create a group as needed and perform actions such as uploading content across all those groups. Or I can look just to a single PC here. And so on this, you get a quick look at important status and detail information about each of your PCs or each of your deployments. But then there's also this action button, and this is where most of what's exciting goes on here. You can, for example, I'll just walk through things. You can go to machine, and that will take you to the Userful Control Center of that machine. You can click on Source Switcher, and that will give you access through the cloud to the Source Switcher or Preset Switcher. All those interactivity features are available through the cloud as well. Although, again, as I said, they are also available offline. You don't require cloud access to use them. Events and scheduling is an important one. Let me just explain quickly how this works. This allows you to schedule presets. So presets, of course, can be both content and layouts. So you can change the content and the layout of your video wall or multiple video walls based on a schedule. Create a schedule, and you can create as many of these as you want. And it's a bit like a TV remote control. You change a channel, and it stays on that channel until another change is invoked. So, very powerful tool if you're wanting to schedule changes in terms of content or video wall layout or source on the video wall. You can also here upload files. You can upload files from the local drive, or you can upload them from the web. And again, you can group PCs together for multi-site management of those as well. Now I wanted to show you a few different examples of the kind of video walls Userful deploys in just about any use case and vertical and just about any country around the world. You can see we've got grid video walls, whether it's in a banner or more traditional style. Video walls that use zones and switch those zones on the fly. Artistic video walls, you can see a few examples there. Other kind of one-of-a-kind video walls that don't necessarily change the angles but are still totally unique. The one in the center is a sort of accordion-style video wall, so as you pass by, the image changes because you're seeing different displays, or on the right, using stretch displays. Of course, we also support control rooms, and while this webinar hasn't focused on control rooms on our website, you'll find another webinar exclusively about control rooms, and certainly if that's of interest to you as well, please visit our website and follow the links for more. And then, of course, a mix of video walls and digital signs. Userful can support either video walls or digital signs, or a mix of the two, and both of them, of course, at the same time. We're looking forward to hearing from you. Get in touch anytime. Our team is here to help you with the next video wall project that you're undertaking. info@userful.com, or by phone, +1 403 289 2177, or inside North America, 866 873 7385, toll free. And again, you can find complete pricing at userful.com/pricing. Lots more resources at userful.com as well. We're looking forward to hearing from you.